Hey guys, Lucas here. I hope you guys are doing really well. If you guys have been kind of following the guitar world for the last little bit, you know that Fender has just announced their new 2021 lineup. And there was something really, really interesting about this particular announcement, something that I think a lot of us have been begging Fender to do for many years. They have finally announced that they're going to use or provide stainless steel frets. Now, of course, this is only available on their highest end model, which is now being dubbed the Ultra Luxe, the American Ultra Luxe Telecaster and Stratocaster. They have them in a few different configurations. So I thought we would maybe dive in and take a quick look at these and see how they compare with the original Ultra series, and kind of maybe look at a little bit of the pricing and find out how much they're charging us for this magical thing that we have been waiting for all these years, and find out if it's actually worth the money that they're asking. One thing that's still notably absent though is there's no roasted maple neck. So premium guitar, it's like that as far as I know, and please correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, but my understanding is that this is the top of the range Strat and Tele that you can get from Fender without going custom shop, and in terms of performance, and no roasted maple neck. So I don't really get that. Maybe that'll be the Ultra Luxe Elite that they'll do next year. I have no idea. But anyway, stick around, guys. We'll take a look at Fender's website, and we'll do some comparisons between the current model, the old model, and take a look at the pricing and find out if it's worth what Fender's asking. So you can see, if you take a look here on Fender's website, that there's actually a bunch of new releases. It looks like there's 28 different models in total. I know they had some new ukuleles, signature versions, and a whole bunch of new guitars. But the ones that really intrigued me were specifically these new Ultra Luxe Stratocaster series. And like I said to you guys before, what was really exciting about this was that they were bringing in finally stainless steel frets, which is something that I've been a big advocate of for a long time. I have stainless steel frets on my 1977 Strat, and I have a Warmoth neck that I had them make for me that has stainless steel frets on it that I use sometimes on my Highway 1 Strat. So it looks like we have kind of two, we have the Strat and the Tele, and then we have also too, they've added a Floyd Rose version, and they have that on the Strat and the Tele as well. So let's take a look at the American Ultra Luxe Stratocaster. They've got it available in a couple of different colors. They've got this really cool plasma red burst, which is kind of nice, and they're painting the headstocks. Personally, I'm not a real big fan of the painted headstock. It doesn't really do it for me. I think a Strat's headstock shouldn't be painted, but probably shouldn't have stainless steel frets and a bunch of modern appointments as well. But when I read the features here, both of these versions come with a maple fingerboard, but you can get the Sunburst with a rosewood fingerboard as well. These features read almost identical to the Ultra. So they have what they're calling now an augmented D profile neck, which is a little bit different than on the Ultra series. They're calling it, I think, a modern D, I think is what they call it, with a rolled fingerboard. Again, that's available on both guitars. The tapered neck heel, again, on both guitars. The 10 to 14 compound radius, and in this case 22 stainless steel medium jumbo frets instead of the regular, I guess it'd be nickel material that would be found on the Ultra model. And it looks like the pickups are the same, ultra noiseless vintage pickups, and advanced wiring options provide endless tonal possibilities without hum, and a tusk nut. And I believe you're getting locking tuners on here as well. Yes, you are. Forgive me, guys, I'm kind of going through this at the same time. So S1 switch, I'm pretty sure that was available on the original model as well. And it looks like everything else is pretty much the same. So you're getting the painted headstock, and you're getting the stainless steel frets, and everything else is the same as the Ultra that came out last year, I believe. If I'm wrong about this, guys, please correct me. I'm not a total gear nerd. I don't get online here and go over the different specs of every single guitar that's out there. All right. So the second version here is the American Ultra Luxe with a Floyd, which is kind of cool. This guitar really appeals to the shredder in me. Pretty sick. I like the Mystic Black. And in this case, I kind of don't mind the headstock. And this kind of like a silver anodized pickguard they have on here. This guitar is pretty badass. I really like it. It's all exactly the same as what we were looking at on the Ultra model. Ultra noiseless, hot single coil pickups. I wonder if those are maybe different than what was in the other one. So the Ultra double tap humbucking bridge pickup. So that's kind of cool. So you can tap that, I guess, and get a single coil for those traditional Strat sounds. This thing would be super versatile. You could do pretty much anything with that. All right, let's take a look at the Tele. I really like this one. So this is available in 2 different colors. You can get it in this transparent surf green, or you can get it in a 2-color burst. Personally, I'm a rosewood fingerboard kind of guy, so I think this guitar would really appeal to me. Looks like it's got a bound body on it too, actually. Looks like it's got a binding on there. Let's see. Yeah, it does. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. I really like that. Again, all the features that we talked about before are the same here. So we have our augmented D profile, rolled fingerboard edges, 10 to 14 radius, ultra noiseless vintage pickups, and the body contours and everything. Tusk nut. Does this have lockers on it too? Yeah, locking machine heads as well. So pretty sweet guitar. I love the color of that one. Although the burst is pretty nice too, honestly. I'm always a big fan of 2-color sunburst. And this one's really cool. I really like this. This guitar is pretty sweet. So we've got a pair of humbuckers in here, which is a little bit different than what we've kind of seen on the other Tele. I really like that. And again, this one is available with the Floyd on there as well. All the other specs are the same, and these humbuckers, I believe, can be tapped as well, so you could get that single coil sound as well, and again using the S1 switch. So that is kind of the range, and it's really nice to see them have stainless steel frets in there. That's been something I've been wanting to see from Fender for years. I don't understand what's taken them so long to do this. I know that players have been demanding this or I shouldn't say demanding, but players have been asking for this for a lot of years. And if anybody knows why Fender's dragged their heels on this for so long, please let me know in the comment section. I don't know if it's like a retooling thing that they would have to do or what, but there's been so many other companies that have been kind of offering these for a long time. I don't understand what's taken Fender so long to bring these out. Ultra Luxe models are going for $23.99 for the HSS with the Floyd, and $22.99 for the kind of standard 3 single coil version of the Strats, or the standard versions of the Teles over here on the right. Pretty reasonable. Well, that's debatable, I suppose, but let's take a look at the financing. So if you were to pay, what was it, $399.99 a month, what do they say, times 6 months, you'd pay $23.99. So it's like 0% financing as well. So that's pretty sweet. Let's take a look at the pricing in Canada. So this is Long and McQuaid, a store that I like. I go to from time to time. We used to before the pandemic. And here, that same guitar, there's the silver burst, $33.59. It's a pretty big price difference here. So $33.59. Now I realize, of course, that our dollar is not on par with our American friends, but let's just see what the price difference is here. Go back to Sweetwater. What did I say it was? $23.99. $960 more for the same guitar in Canada. What is the currency conversion? Let's just see here. Sorry guys, I'm on a bit of an exploratory thing here. You guys can check this out with me. I'm just trying to find out how badly we're getting hosed here. So what was it? $23.99. So $3,063 would be just to exchange the currency. And the price of the guitar was... So that's a difference of $296 additional. Like, I mean, you really think it costs nearly $300 to ship this guitar to Canada? I don't know. I will say this though, like by the time you were to purchase that, at $3,359.99, and you were to add your lovely sales taxes, you're almost $3,800. And if we look at the Ultra, just the Ultra, it's $26.59, right? So let's say $26.59. Let's find out how much these guys are charging us for stainless steel frets. So $26.59. Now we got to look at just kind of the standard model here, which is, what was it? The non-Floyd version. This guy, $32.19. $560 price difference between the two models, between the Ultra and the Ultra Luxe. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but isn't this fundamentally kind of the same guitar? Maybe different colors, different neck profile, but the heel joint's the same. Locking tuners are the same. I guess the headstocks aren't painted on the Ultras, though, are they? Which to me is actually preferable, but yeah, the headstocks aren't painted. So you're getting a painted headstock and you're getting stainless steel frets, and it's costing you $560 to do that. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is that reasonable given the currency exchange and so on? That's a lot of money for that guitar. I think here in Canada, what's going to happen is people are just going to buy Ultras. You know, $26.59 versus $33.59. What's a big price difference? Well, guys, I don't really know what to think here. Certainly happy to see that Fender finally has offered stainless steel frets on this particular guitar. Hopefully that means that stainless steel frets are going to kind of make their way into other guitars in Fender's lineup. A little disappointed to see that there's no roasted maple neck for this premium guitar. And really, you know, I mean, please guys, correct me if I'm wrong. You know, I don't own an Ultra, so I'm not an expert in that particular guitar, but it seems to me like the difference between an Ultra and an Ultra Luxe, if you're just staying with the single coil variety or the non Floyd Rose version, is really just the neck profile, the painted headstock, and the stainless steel frets. You know, so that's a $560 upcharge for a Canadian customer from an Ultra. Right, so I think really what Fender might be doing here in Canada is I think a lot of people will look at that and they'll just go with the Ultra and play it for, you know, a number of years until such times as they kind of need to do a fret job, I guess. I mean, I think that's what I would do. I can't imagine paying that kind of money for a guitar. It would kind of have to be my main, like this is my main baby. I love the guitars, don't get me wrong. But I think my most expensive guitar that I bought was my Les Paul Studio, which was like $1,200. My Highway one was $700, and it's a killer guitar. I've done some mods to it over the years, but again, you know, just I think guitar prices in general are just starting to really take off, and I'm trying to justify it in the sense that, you know, why is this so expensive? And to be honest with you, for them to have this, you know, premium kind of player's guitar, you know, and not have roasted maple, to me is kind of questionable. Maybe that's next year's model, the Ultra Luxe Elite. Like, who knows? I just trying to figure out where Fender's head's at here. I think the pricing in the United States makes a little more sense. You know, it's only $100 difference between the two models, and I think you went from $18.99 to, you know, $22.99. So you're still looking at a $400 upcharge, basically, if you want to move from an Ultra to an Ultra Luxe, and all you're getting is a painted headstock and stainless steel frets. And also too, like the amount of money that they're charging and the difference in price between the Canadian market and the US market, I have to really question whether or not it cost them nearly $300, you know, in brokerage and duties and shipping fees to actually get that guitar into Canada. It seems kind of strange. You know, we had a trade agreement with our U.S. friends for many, many years where, you know, if a product was actually manufactured in the United States, we weren't supposed to have to pay these things, these additional charges on there. So I don't know, guys, I'm sure there's folks out there in the crowd who are much more knowledgeable about this kind of stuff than I am. So please, if you know the answers, if you got the answers, share them with the group in the comments. I'd love to hear your feedback. And that's one of the great things about, you know, having this YouTube channel is there's a lot of guys and gals, well, maybe not so many gals, but lots of guys who have provided, you know, a ton of great insight. And, you know, I do read all the comments and I try to respond back to as many of you as I can. It's been a real positive kind of community that's growing a lot lately too. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. But if you know the answers to these questions, you know, please enlighten me, help me learn more about this. I would love to play one of these guitars. I'm sure they're amazing. I have played the Ultras before when they first came out. I went down to Cosmo Music in Markham and sat for the better part of an afternoon with these guitars and played away, as well as the PRS Silver Sky at the same time. So I do like the Ultras. I think they're a really nice guitar. I'm just trying to understand, you know, why there's a $560 price difference between the Ultra and this one. I guess because it's last year's model. I don't know. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think. Appreciate your comments and always appreciate you guys taking the time to watch the videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, take care.